Hey, what's up guys? I'm Max2015 and tonight I'm in a really good mood because I was just playing, I just finished all of my raids tonight and I hardly had any losses. In fact, I think I only lost 3 times overall and I managed to take down some pretty decent bases, all of them on the first try. So tonight is just one of those days when, you know, things kind of just click for you and everything just works out really well. By the same token, you know, you have seen me probably in my previous videos when I have really terrible days and terrible play sessions when I can't clear anything and I can just easily blow tons of diamonds, all of my gold, and start rage diamonding all of these troops. So anyways, tonight I want to show you, you can see I only lost a handful of times, I only lost 3 times really. This one was just gunboat energy and I lost one here. But besides that, look at all these bases. Defeat, destroy. I also destroyed Dr. T. All of these in one try. The last 3 bases, 1 try each. So I am very happy with that. Anyhow, I wanted to show you the better ones. So we're gonna start off right here in Go, with it was a corner base, I think. Yes, with a laser beam, 6 ice statues. I used TRM to handle it. Put down all the tanks kind of spread out in a line. I'm not too concerned with the sniper towers in the front. And then I started dumping my gunboat energy on the 2 boom cannons that were farthest in there. So make sure I get those out of the way. By the time my troops get there, I don't have to worry about them. I put the rifles a little bit delayed this time because I didn't really need them right off the start. I wanted to save them as long as possible. So when my troops are walking just within range of that 1 boom cannon, which by the way, it did start shooting and I think it killed one of my tanks. But right there, all the rifles are starting to walk into place there. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. I threw some critters in the bottom cannon there to kind of distract that one and kind of just let my troops spread out. Like I said, he did have 6 ice statues, but only the masterpieces were boosted, not all 6 of them were. So it wasn't too difficult of a base. So at this point, just let my troops kind of eat up the base very slowly. I was fortunate enough that those 2 boom, I was able to shock those 2 boom cannons. I missed one this time, but eventually I will get them both shocked along with the shot launcher, so that was really good. As you can see right there, I shocked the 2 boom cannons at the same time, and then I flare all of my troops right there. Oh, I see a lot of lagging. What's happening? Lagging. Wow, that was a first. That's interesting. All right, so flare all the troops right in front of in between the 2 boom cannons, so they can take them both out. Through another shock, of course, to get rid of them, and then after that, sure, my tanks were kind of red in health, but there were only, you know, the laser beam and the rocket launchers laying down on me, which wasn't too much of a concern, honestly. So we just let my troops kind of move in slowly. The machine guns are really, they're just like free gunboat energy at this point. They're really not of no big concern. I was trying to save up for 1 or 2 more shock bombs, which I threw just 1 in there. I couldn't risk it with that their shot launcher in the back there. Threw a smoke to protect that 1 tank, shock, and then flare them all straight to the shock launcher. Yes, I needed to get rid of it, and then the flamethrower started to hurt me a little bit when it came out of the shock, but fortunately my tanks kind of got rid of it, and then I threw a medkit to kind of heal them back up. I lost another tank. I did lose a lot of tanks actually, I'm not gonna lie, I lost a lot of them. But the good thing is that the shield generator was positioned really well so that I could take it out without exposing my tanks to the 3 cannons behind them. So you'll see 1 flare straight to the cannon, because the other thing is that I didn't have a lot of time left, and with a small handful of tanks there, you can see that the shield generator was fully had all of its health, full health. That's what I was trying to say. Kind of choked there a little bit. Sorry. So the shield had full health. So there was no way that, what did I have there? Like 7 tanks, 6 or 7 tanks. We're going to be able to take it down in the amount of time that I had left. So I was lucky enough that I could just flare them straight to the generator itself and then take that one down before finally going for the HQ. So that was really nice right there. So that was a really good win. 6 ice statues. Felt pretty good about that one. So that was base number 1. There were a lot of bases, but I don't want to show you the easier ones, just the tough ones. So here, we have a really tough base in here. This was a 10 ice statues. Masterpieces boosted, but nonetheless, 10 ice. Double shielded. I went in with TRM, classic strategy. Put them all on the left side, put the rifles first so they could walk in front of the tanks. I dumped all of my gunboat energy on the boom cannon and the shot launcher on the right side there, and then just kind of let them walk. The good thing is that this HQ plus the boom, and we're positioned so far away from this wall that I had a lot of space to walk there. Also, the little cannons were not positioned too close to each other, so I was able to deal with it pretty well. So the layout helped me a lot too, because the 10 ice statues surely didn't. So once my troops got rid of that the shot launcher, I flared them to the first wall, and you can see that that cannon on the top is not within range, which really saved me. At this point, honestly, I think I still had all of my tanks. I don't think I lost a single one yet. Sure, I threw a smoke, and did I throw another smoke? Because the cannon started to shoot. Yeah, I lost one medic, but I still had all of my tanks, I remember. Now flare again, closer to that iron mine, hugging the wall as close as possible. Now, not too concerned with the flamethrower. My tanks were actually pretty healthy still. Let them wear down one of the shields and then start moving along the base. So, I mean, look at the 10 ice statues. Isn't that sweet looking? Maybe I'll try that. Once I'm done with my push, I may put 10 ice statues just to mess with people's pushes too. But unlike this one, I may just boost all of them, depending on how much power powder I have left after my push. I don't know. Anyway, so the tanks clear up all the economy buildings. As they're approaching the defenses, just throw a good shot. I was able to shock 5 defenses right there with the one shot, so that was a really good shock. Flare straight to the boom cannon, throw a shock, and then again, like the previous video, flare to the next boom cannon, shock when the other one turns, right there. Again, I was able to shock 5 defenses, the 2 mortars, boom cannon, and rocket launcher. So this guy needs to space out his defenses just a little bit more. After that, I don't think I had a lot of gunboat energy except for 1 med kit, and just rely on the number on my tanks to clear out all the mortars and the defenses around it. But lucky for me, I mean, the sheer number of tanks, I think I only lost 1 or 2 tanks only by the time I parked them all in the HQ, when I ordinarily would have maybe 8 tanks, 9 tanks at most. This time I had about 10, 11, maybe even more. So I was really lucky, and I had a decent amount of time left, but I was just able to take him down. So 10 ice, only 2 of them boosted. This is sort of the equivalent of 2, 4, 6 fully boosted ice statues. You could say that. So whichever way you like to see it, I prefer to see it as a 10 ice statues because it sounds more badass. We can just go quickly here. There's not much more to see. Just watch the tanks wear down the shield slowly and then finish off the HQ. Once the second shield went down, I got a little extra gunboat, so threw a medkit in there just for good measure. So that was a really nice base. Again, so that was the second base. Then I worked on Dr. T a little bit. Stage 5, I deployed the troops, and I put down the rifles by mistake, so I had to go for it again. I didn't use the rifles for any of these stages. Alright, so next base, we switched troops to CRZM this time. This was a corner base with 7 ice statues. So this one also had quite a bit of boost. 7 ice, only the masterpiece is boosted though, lucky for me again. So I dumped my gunboat energy, finish off the shot launcher and the rocket launcher that were furthest. The other ones I could deal on my own once I deploy the troops, which we should be seeing just about there. Yeah, right there. So there goes the rifles, and then the rest of the troops, let them walk up slowly. Throw some critters just to start distracting some of those single shots in the front right there. They were also to destroy the 2 mines and the boom mine in there, right there. Another pack of critters right strategically next to that patch of mines to get rid of them. Shock-to-shock blaster and mortar combo there. The shock launcher was kind of annoying, but not so much of a concern. I'm more concerned with the blaster. That's just my personal opinion. A medkit in front of that flamethrower, and I did shock the shock launcher though. I couldn't just leave that one completely exposed. So anyway, second shock for the shock blaster. Man, there's too many shocks. Can't keep track. Alright, so once all those good defenses go down, all the shocking stuff goes down, right about there. I still had a good number of troops, so and his mines were not positioned too dangerously. They were all kind of like concentrated up here, so I didn't even have to bother going up there. That kind of looking at that group of mine kind of made me decide I should just attack from the bottom right of the base. So that's exactly what we did. So once we took down a few more defenses, we threw 1 flare, kind of just gather everybody up because they really started walking out really wide. Finish off that mortar with an artillery shell, and then just let them kind of start walking in here. I still had a pretty good number of troops. It doesn't look like many, but when it comes to CRZM or RZM, you don't need that many to finish off a base. As long as you have enough DPS from the Zukas, you should be fine. I was trying to get a little bit more gunboat energy in there. I don't think I had enough for any more shocks, did I? Probably not. No, just flushed straight to the boom cannon. Had to get rid of that, and then the Zukas would be within range of that mortar. So I think they will finish it off. Will they? Yeah, just a couple more shots. You can see that mortar coming down, and then flare them a little bit more to the corner. Not like there was anything shooting at me, but that's just kind of a habit I have, just to move them away as far as possible from any defenses. And then from here, just let the troops finish off the HQ. So that was another good base. 7 Eyes only took 1 try again, so I'm really happy for that. Right about there, finish off the base. And then we can move on to... whose base was next? Not this one. I think Yekta. So this base I've had literally sitting on my map for about 3, almost 4 days now. The first night I failed so many times against him that I got really upset. I started, using diamonds, wasting them, and I just couldn't figure a way to beat him. Oh no, not sure. Sorry. Cancel that. Where did I go? It's right here. View battle. I tried different combinations of TRM, RZM, Heavy Zuka, even TGRM. Nothing worked against this guy for some reason. So that was one of those off nights that I was talking about. This time, finally clicked. I used the strategy that I got from Joshua and Mejor. He's in one of the he's in global. He used this exact same strategy to raid my own base, which is CRCM, but instead he carried 3 boats of Zukas and only 1 boat of medics. So that's exactly what I did, and the extra damage that you get from that extra boat of Zukas is just brutal. So that actually really worked well for me. It only took 1 try, like I said, and it totally worked. So thank you, Joshua, for that. So anyways, put all the troops down, let them take out the 1 sniper tower here, gather them up, and then flare them all the way to the back of the base, throw a reflare right about there, and then go for the flamethrower. Throw some critters, of course, just to distract the remainder of the troops. And you'll see there will be a ton of Zukas. You guys probably saw that replay in one of the defense videos when Joshua actually raided my base. That's exactly what he did, and with this very troop, the very same troop combination. I'm sorry, not composition. You can see there's a ton of Zukas. Man, I haven't seen 3 boats of Zukas in the longest time. So when they fan out, it just looks like there's so many behind those rifles. And right about there, the mistake that I had been making in the previous attempts against this base was that I was flaring to the HQ. For this particular instance, I did not flare at all. I just let the troops move naturally, which was key, and I'll show you why once the troops get a little deeper into the base. You can see now there's a huge group of Zukas and rifles just shooting at the shield, taking it down, chipping it away slowly, while the remainder of the troops down here start walking in, and as they get in closer and closer, the second shot launcher up there that was shot will start focusing on them, which will leave this group up here free to keep on shooting constantly. So that was just constant damage chipping away at that shield. And see the troops down here, yeah, they're dwindling down, but they're doing a good job of distracting the shot launcher, I'm sorry. And right there you see the HQ come down. I even had enough to throw in barrage just to finish it off. So that was a really good base, a good attack. And notice this base did have 5 ice statues, all 5 of them boosted. So it was he did have quite a lot of boost. And then last but not least, in fact, this was the best attack of the night in my opinion. It was a heavy Zuka attack. Again, this base had 10 ice statues, 3 of them boosted, but full 10 center layout with a shock blaster in the middle. So the good thing is that he had this really nice, he basically lined up the path for me to walk here in the middle. You can see the cannons. It's just a perfect path with no mines pretty much. So just put down all the troops, let them gather up in the front, and then start walking them and smoking them very carefully. This part is always very nerve-wracking for me because you don't know where the hidden mines are, and like there, I didn't know there was a shock mine in there. But anyways, the heavies walk quick enough so that I didn't have to worry too much about there. And then there was a little delay on that last smoke. I did that because of the heavies that got shocked on that shock mine. I needed to buy them a little bit of extra time. Right there, as the first flare was about to run out, I reflare, went for the flamethrower, and that's it. I didn't throw anything else because I was trying to save my gunboat energy. So you can see the Zuka start blasting the defenses around it, right about there. And then once they take out the shield and a couple more defenses, I will flare them and throw 2 smokes to cover the Zukas. There goes the flare. 1 smoke, 2 smoke. I had a pretty good number of Zukas under those smokes, so just about 9 or 10 Zukas per boat in here, and I had a good amount of gunboat energy because I hadn't used anything. So flare to the HQ, critters, 2 shocks, and then just kind of let the troops do everything. Oh, threw a medkit behind those Zukas just to help them out a little bit, and then just kind of watch them chip away at that shield. That rocket launcher on the left, it did take a big chunk of my Zukas away, but threw some more critters, and then the remainder of the Zukas were able to finish it off. So that was a really good attack. Lucky for me, 10 ice statues, got him on the first try with heavy Zuka. So I mean, I couldn't be happier tonight, honestly. And with this very win, my victory point count, oh man, I just spawned Uncle Tio. Seriously? Come on. I was just gloating about it. Anyways, with 1,434 victory points, that kind of put me into number 7 in the US, which is not bad. I was at 1435 just a second ago, but you know, that's another step further in the leaderboards. And as far as global goes, we're getting closer and closer to that global top 50. We're at 67, so just about 17 spots away from that global top 50, so that everybody can see our base in their game. So that'll be it for now, guys. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, try to play more, hopefully. So I hope you guys like these attacks. So we used a lot of different troops, TRM, CRZM, and Heavy Zuka. So, you know, I think it was a pretty good video. I know it's only just replays, but as you can see, these bases were pretty tough tonight. So I didn't think that playing live would have been a good idea anyways. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Max 15. I'll see you guys in the next push. Take care. Bye.